Welcome to another episode of Todd's Turntable Talk. Before we get started, like always, I want to remind everybody to please make sure and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell notification to let you know each and every time a new episode drops here on our channel. They messaged me back saying that they will not refund my money, that they can't credit the money to me as it was bought with another card, as it was purchased for me by someone else. Although I didn't ask them to give me the money, I asked them to refund the payment to who paid for it, and just keep making me other offers. They offer to give me in-store credit as far as I can take all the money that was spent on the subscription, put it into an account on their website, and order as many records as that'll pay for in their member store. Why would I do that when I'm not even sure if it's going to show up? On top of that, if you go in their member store, I've maybe heard of one artist in that store. One. I'm not going to spend a bunch of money on stuff that I don't know if it's any good or not. That's the whole point of this service, is someone to look at everything I like, and they're supposed to kind of know other things that they have that fit with it and give me stuff that they're pretty sure I'm going to like. So having me pick it out for myself, it's really kind of counterintuitive. I write them back and say I have no interest in that. Please just refund the money and we can all be happy. That was the last time I ever had any communication with them. That was around the end of July, and here we sit now coming up on the middle of August. The other two boxes still have not been shipped. They haven't refunded any money, but weirdly enough, out of nowhere today, the original box that was supposed to be here in the beginning of July finally showed up. So I figured, after telling this wonderful story, by wonderful I mean a nightmare, I would open this box and review it anyways. The plan is still to cancel this process. My girlfriend has since been in contact with her credit card company to get the money refunded, as they're not honoring their side of the deal for what was paid for. I don't want extra records. Honestly, if they want these ones back, cool. If not, if they decide to refund us everything except for what a month would have cost, fine. But honestly, the way their customer service is, I would not recommend anybody go through with this company. It's all about how much you're willing to fight to get your money back, I guess. So without further ado, we're going to open this box. Now, I haven't opened it yet. I have taken the seal off because, well, it's kind of a pain to rip off sometimes. I don't want to put y'all through that. So it comes in this pink box here, as you can see. And, pretty standard record box. Now, what's supposed to be in here are 3 records curated to my specific style and of music that I like, as well as a letter written by the curator explaining the music that's in here and why they chose the music they did. Really nice to see that when I got the box, it's got a stab wound. I don't know how well you can see that. That's always comforting. So, I'm going to open this box up here. All right. And yeah, there's literally no letter, no stickers, nothing. There's just 3 records in here. First one is the Meat Puppets. I've heard of the Meat Puppets, and by heard of them, I mean I listened to Nirvana Unplugged, just like every American when that came out, and just like everybody in every other country too, to be honest with you. And the Meat Puppets guested on that record. So that's about the extent I know of the Meat Puppets. This is their album Dusty Notes. Interesting. I'm very interested to check that out. That's cool. Next up. Okay, there's no name on this. Mike Coy Kendall, Chasing Away the Dots. Came out in 2012. And there's no explanation letter in here as to why they chose this. I don't even know what this is or what it sounds like, really. So, I don't know if we'll like it or not. I guess we'll see. And finally, a group named Saracen. Reflections of Self is the name of the record. And, yeah, I have no idea. I'm going to pop these on the turntable, come back in a while, and give you my thoughts on the records and what I plan to do going forward. So, Be back in a bit. Man, um, before I get into these records, let me explain that I'm no longer using the out of five system. I'm not going to be doing the 1 to 5 gold records, anything like that. Mostly because I find that it really limits me on diving deeper into the review of the record. And sometimes I would give one record that I like more around the same score just because there's only 5 to pick. And other times I give the record a score and then listen to it more and more and find after I've made the episode, well, now I like it more or less. So I don't want to confine anything to the rating system anymore. Now I'm just going to tell you how I feel about the record in general, and if my feelings on it make you want to check it out or not, cool. The first one I listened to was the one I was the most familiar with. That just means I've heard of them. Was the Meat Puppets record. The Meat Puppets record is literally the only record of the 3 that's even remotely catered to the stuff I listen to. It's a really laid back feel of a record. The production is great. I definitely will be listening to this one more to absorb it and really get a good feel for it. Next up, it was the Mike Coy Kendall album. Now, on my list of bands I love, I listed things like Foo Fighters, Kiss, Aerosmith, U2, Billy Joel, Elton John, Metallica, Prince, Michael Jackson, and there's a few others. I say that to say this doesn't fit any of them. It's produced very well. It's recorded very well. But this isn't something that I would go out of my way to listen to. And honestly, I don't know if I'll listen to it again. It really, there wasn't anything on it that really grabbed me. I kind of feel like this is more of an indie record that they just got a big shipment of and are just putting it in stuff. It's just kind of a weird middle of the road kind of record. It really didn't grab me. Finally is the Saracen record. And I gotta say, out of all 3, this is the one I like the least. The production on this isn't that great. I'm not really that keen on the songs. There's nothing on this that grabbed me whatsoever. I kind of just, when I got done listening, was like, okay, well, that happened. Again, it doesn't fit at all with anything that I listed that I enjoy, and if you looked at my Spotify, there's nothing on there that would even warrant you thinking that this is something that I would go after. I appreciate them wanting to expose people to new music, but when you boast the fact that it's going to be based on what you listen to, what you love, and cater to your needs, I guess I expect them to work a little harder than this. Either that or their supply is literally just this kind of stuff, and they're just pretending that they have a library full of popular records and bands that you've heard of. But yeah, out of all of them, this was the lemon for me. I didn't really dig it. I don't see this one growing on me very much. So what are my plans going forward? The plan is hopefully to get our money back. This hasn't been a very pleasurable experience at all. I wanted to show somebody that doesn't have a lot of followers, and that's not a guilt trip thing. I'm just starting. I'm not expecting to have a ton of followers. That's a thing that grows over time. But I wanted to show somebody that is just starting out how they're treated by this company. I have not felt like a valued customer whatsoever. And honestly, it's been a pretty miserable experience. Were the 3 records worth even the first month subscription? Well, that's really kind of subjective. I mean, it all depends on what you like and what you're looking for. I was looking for stuff that was catered to the style that I like. So I was looking for rock and roll. I was looking for funk, maybe some hard rock or stuff like that, because that's all the kind of stuff that I listed. I got literally none of it at all. The closest I got was the Meat Puppets, which was more of an alternative groove thing, not what I was looking for. I would recommend not doing it. At least as far as vinyl is concerned, I'm gonna suggest a hard pass. It's not worth it, and in reality, you just kind of get dicked around a lot, and you wonder why you spent the money you did. So unfortunately, me unboxing a box every month and reviewing it, this is as far as it goes, and it's probably not going to happen again, because hopefully my girlfriend will be getting her money back, and I will be on to bigger, better things with companies that actually care about their customers. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Hope you found it informative. So we'll see you next time for a much happier, fun episode of Todd's Turntable Talk.